The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen. Brought to you by Medines Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Medines. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We got a great show today. Sulphur High School. We got the head coach, Cody Gueringer. But first, we're going to have Mason Martin, who's a former offensive lineman from Pineville High School, McNeese State Cowboy, where he played, and also many years coaching college ball, but now he's at Sulphur High School coaching the offensive line with Coach Gueringer. We're going to be right back. We'll have much more. We'll have highlights of some of the recruits, and we're going to talk about Sulphur High School.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast. Sulphur High School is our school today, and we're going to have Coach Cody Gueringer, the new head coach of Sulphur High School, join us later in the show. He's on his way in from Sulphur, but we're going to go ahead and introduce his offensive line coach, who I actually met back in 2011. Let me show you this. Now, the magazine's a little rough because I couldn't find many of them in the storage room, but this is Cody, the back right here, Pineville High School. I think we took a picture of it too, we'll show. But this is a cover we took at Cecilia High School, 2011, and Landon Collins, if you notice, is right in front of Mason, he's playing in NFL right now.
That's right. I knew how to find the talent even back then.
You knew that, huh?
Find the studs, go stand by them. You can't go wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Not long ago, it seems.
I know it seems like it was yesterday, but that's now 12 years ago that we took that. And it's funny. Some of the guys that didn't know then that I played with in college or played against in college, and just small world, and it's awesome to see that. Brings back some good memories. So.
Louisiana Football Magazine. I really appreciate Cecilia hosting it way back, but we always did it at a different high school every year. And I want to brag on Mason Martin, who's with Sulphur High School, the offensive line coach. You went to Pineville High School.
Yes, sir. And
I remember talking to your dad, who was the head coach, Robbie,
yes,
at Pineville, and I said, what kind of grades does your son have? Well, I'm used to like 2.5 to 3.2 maybe, mostly 2.5, 3.0.
Yeah.
I'm used to maybe a 21 ACT, maybe a 23. He said, oh, my son's got a 30 ACT. I went, wait a minute. Say that again? A 30?
Now, a lot of that wasn't Dad. That was Mom. Because Mom was a principal,
strict.
A teacher. I mean, she had every job in the education. So,
Mama, you watching? Okay.
Mom made sure there was no messing around when it came to grades. So Dad likes to take credit, but no, all the credit goes to Mom on that one.
And you end up with a 31 ACT, and you're like, I don't need to go any higher. You signed with McNeese State.
Yes, sir.
You had a great career there as
awesome.
Center.
Awesome,
True
yes, sir.
center.
Played center the whole time. Was part of the 2015 Southland Conference Championship team, which is the last one McNeese has won. But no, I had an awesome experience there. Great coaches. Matt Viator was the head coach there.
Yeah.
Lance Guidry took over my last year. He's actually now at Miami.
Yeah, I saw that.
Defensive
Was it Tulane
coordinator.
a week?
Yeah, was Tulane for a cup of coffee, and then now he's at Miami. Was fortunate enough. Rob Sale was my offensive line coach my first 3 years.
Rob was on the cover of our magazine.
He's now the coordinator at Florida, offensive coordinator at Florida. And Iman Nagavi took over in my last 2 years as our O-line coach, and he's bounced around a few places. Was at Tulane last year, and they had a lot of great success. And now He's the O-line coach at Houston. Just got
And he
named
played
that
at
a couple
McNeese.
weeks ago. He's
Played
also a McNeese alum.
I knew that.
And then, but no, I had a great time at McNeese. Very successful time there, and I really enjoyed being a Cowboy.
Let me mention this because this is a Pineville graduate. Okay, Cody Ford is recently out of Pineville, who was also on the cover of a magazine.
A lot better than I ever was. I
He's
know
an
that.
O-lineman. He's with Arizona now. He started with Buffalo. Was an All-American in Oklahoma. Darren Moore was a coach there. A friend of mine, Dennis Dunn, was at Pineville. Tony Taylor played for Dallas Cowboys from Pineville. Kenny Mixon was a great player at LSU. But man, I mean, it's unbelievable. Your dad's coaching career. Your dad's still teaching and coaching.
He's still going. He's at East Ascension High School in Gonzales as an assistant, helping with the D-line right now. So he's been around a while. He's seen it all, done it all, and he's loving it right now. So.
I got to ask you this, Mason, because there's a lot of West Monroe fans out there and a lot of sports gurus. Your dad played for the legendary late Don Shouse.
Not only played for him, he played for him for 8 years.
High school and college.
Don Shouse was the head coach at Pineville High School. My dad's 4 years in high school. My dad plays at Northwestern State, and Don Shouse is the O-line coach.
Isn't that amazing?
So, a funny
you're
story.
an O-lineman.
Right. So, funny story I tell people at Don Shouse's funeral, there were 9 or 10 people that spoke, and only 2 were not West Monroe people. That was my dad and Les Miles. So, my dad actually got to speak at Coach Shouse's funeral. So, that was a really cool deal.
Unbelievable.
So,
he learned from the best.
that's it.
Then you got that.
That's right. Yes, sir.
How much of that rubbed off on you from your dad?
A lot. I mean, that's from the time I was first, second grade. I knew I wanted to be a football coach like my dad, and that's all I've ever wanted to be. I grew up on sidelines on Fridays as a ball boy, as an equipment manager, as a hype man. Whatever it was, I just wanted to be around it and soak it all in. And so certainly that molded me from a very young age to want to do what I'm doing now.
Mason, what is it like to be home now? You played for McNeese.
Right.
To come back to the Lake Charles area, to be at Sulphur, and to be able to come back.
I love it. I love the area. I love the people. Not originally from there, but like you said, playing at McNeese, it's kind of an adopted home for me. My wife is from Moss Bluff, right there outside of Sulphur. I love the area. I love the people. It's a great community. They're passionate. They're invested in what we're doing. And it's really, it's a joy and a privilege to be able to work with kids and a community that cares about what you're putting on the field, and they want to be a part and want to help, because it's not like that everywhere. We're really lucky and fortunate that we have great support and great resources at our disposal.
What's it like meeting and getting to know the new head coach, Cody Gueringer, who came over from Welsh? Because we're going to have him on pretty soon, your head guy who just came in.
So,
but what's it like to work with Coach?
It's been 1 month of, let's put it, 1 month of getting down and dirty and getting things done.
Football.
Because it's been, we haven't even done much football yet. We picked up sledgehammers and started redoing the locker room.
Wow.
So, he came in with his hair on fire, even though he doesn't have hair. But
came
in with his hair on fire, and we're getting stuff done, and it's been refreshing to see someone come in and have a vision and a plan. And I think the future of Sulphur football is in great hands with Coach Gueringer.
What's really exciting for me to know, I'm not from Lake Charles or Sulphur, but I'm excited to have Sulphur on today. But you being a McNeese State starter and being a great player, your background for kids to be coached by you on the O-line, you were at Ole Miss as a GA. You were all over the place. Tell about some other colleges.
So when I finished playing, I went to ULM with Matt Viator, who was my coach at McNeese, was at ULM. So went there, left from there and went to Ole Miss for a couple years. At Ole Miss, the offensive coordinators I worked with were Phil Longo, who's at Wisconsin now, and Rich Rodriguez, who
I know
everybody knows Rich Rod.
Rich
He's
is a trip.
old school, but kind of revolutionized the game of football. Then go from there and go to Auburn for a year as a GA, and you're there with Gus Malzahn and Chad Morris, 2 other guys that I've been with some of the best minds in football, and I think that certainly helped me get to where I am right now.
Well, Mason, I appreciate you being in town, coming from Sulphur.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have Cody come on, head coach Cody Gueringer, is going to join us, and it's good to reflect back to when we had you on this cover, man.
That's awesome.
It seems like yesterday.
It does. So that's That's a really cool deal.
You got that mean face look.
I know. I put on some pounds since then, too, and it doesn't help. You're bringing us to this Italian restaurant here. And I'm looking at these specials on the board, and
but Mason,
I'm not going to get back to that playing shape anytime soon, I promise.
When you bring the recruits up for Coach, when you and Coach come back, y'all got to come back.
That's right.
To
we'll do it. So
homemade Italian food here.
Oh, you can't beat it. You can't
appreciate
beat it.
you, Mason.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you. We're going to have Coach Cody Gueringer join us, the new head coach of Sulphur High School. We'll be right back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Hi, everyone. Lee Burkeen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast. You got a chance to meet Mason Martin, who's the offensive line coach. Mason drove in from Sulphur. Got a chance to see his mom and dad. I know Coach is good with that. Cody Gueringer, who's now with us, the head coach of Sulphur, the new head coach. I want to talk a little bit about Cody before I introduce him. Was at Welsh High School for 4 years, did a great job. 2022 had a 10-2 record at Welsh. He played at Welsh. He was an offensive lineman at Welsh. Mason was not. Everybody we're talking about today is an offensive lineman. But Cody, appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Talked to you over the summer when I was doing the questionnaire for the magazine with Welsh, the Greyhounds. You're from Welsh, but the opportunity to become the head coach at Sulphur, 5A powerhouse. What was that like when they called you to say, hey, do you want the job at Sulphur?
It was a difficult situation in regards to leaving Welsh, my alma mater, a place that I really loved. I was there for 10 years in total, 4 years as the head football coach. So the relationships I had built and the things I had done there were great. The culture we built. So it was a difficult decision, but when Sulphur called, or when I saw that it was open, I decided to go ahead and put my name in the hat. It's the largest school, 9 through 12, in Southwest Louisiana, and I feel like it should be the standard of Southwest Louisiana and should be the best school in the state in regards to classification-wise. So we're just trying to get the facilities and the culture built right strategically.
Well, Cody did a great job. He left Welsh in great hands with a 10-2 record, and they won a playoff game in 2022. I mean, you left it in great shape.
Lost to the state champs in Oak Grove. Coach Gueringer and them do a great job up there. We knew it would be a tall task, and so that's a great place. The defensive coordinator now took over. Coach Corville is going to do wonderful there. And like I said, that's one of the best jobs in the area also.
Oak Grove's not your normal 1-2A school, though.
No, it was fun going up there,
right,
though. But yeah, they're definitely not.
Big boys. Coach, speaking of Sulphur, their last state title, we looked it up, 1965. 3 state titles in the 40s, 4 state titles total. Sulphur went 4-6 last year. Lot of kids in the program, though. I've always known Sulphur, when you go to a game, whether they're good or not good, there's always 100 kids dressed out. They've always got numbers, and that's got to have you excited that you have numbers to develop.
Absolutely. We're going to go. We're actually going the next 2 days to go to the middle schools and talk to them about joining the football program and whatnot. So instilling and implementing a culture, though, of the standard of being tours, being tough physically and mentally, taking ownership in the program, respecting the program, and being steady to desire the moment on Friday nights is a big deal to us. So we look forward to having 100 guys out there, 0 to 99. We're going to dress them all out, and if we can duplicate numbers, we'll duplicate them and rock and roll with it. But we want to make people excited about Sulphur football.
You see the blue and gold that you're wearing?
That's right.
It looks like McNeese.
That does. It does. Yeah. We got to develop our own culture and our own identity in regards to who we are.
I wonder what the history is.
I don't know. We even got the helmets the same and whatnot for the most part. We need to be Sulphur tours, but also with it being so close to McNeese, it does help as well, though.
Sulphur's not far from Lake Charles, though. I mean, you would think it is, and they go, it's not that.
It takes me 17 minutes to get to school every day because I live in South Lake Charles.
Lake Charles.
Yeah.
You glad that, and I'm so happy praying that we didn't have any hurricanes this past year.
No, that was nice.
From where you're from in Welsh to Lake Charles, and I didn't get a chance to mention that to Mason, but I mean, prayers go out to families that are still dealing with it.
Yeah, but even
now,
in the area now, we still have hurricane damage. They just started doing the roof at Sulphur. And
I had 2 of them like back to back.
Yeah, that'll build resiliency within a person and a team pretty quickly. So that's what the area is known for, is toughness.
Cody, what do you think of the growth of the area? A lot of people move in that way now, Sulphur.
Yeah, it's been really good. The area is large. They love football there. They desire to be great. So it's been fun to kind of put myself in there and submerge myself in there, because I'm not just going to dip my toe in. We're going to go all in. We're going to jump in, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll with it.
I know Sulphur's going to do well. After you talk to Mason, who's got college pedigree, and then you, I mean, I want to go sit up, put a helmet on at my age.
So
heck, man.
I was telling some of our kids that our offensive coordinator played for the Cardinals for a year, played at Texas Tech. Our tight ends coach won 5 state championships at West Orange Stark. I've won 2 state championships.
West Orange Stark?
Yes. Coach Dyer,
Powerhouse.
Ed Dyer. Yep,
Wow.
Absolutely. Called offense and defense there. And then Coach Martin G8 at Auburn and Ole Miss and ULM. So that whole pedigree as far as being coached by that offense, and that's a big deal.
That's one of the best programs in Texas.
Yeah,
and I remember Rodney Thomas and Leland McElroy, both first-round picks from A&M, went to West Orange Stark.
Yeah, Coach Dyer sent me a video 2 days ago of a kid at Baylor right now he was squatting probably about 700 pounds. So it's a little different at West Orange Stark.
700 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, they're still doing the heavyweight, not a lot of reps. I know Mason. I forgot that we should have asked Mason that too, but now those big linemen in college, they do more reps because they don't want them doing 415.
Yeah, it was impressive to watch.
That's a lot of weight.
It is.
That's a lot of weight. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got another segment with Coach Cody Gueringer, the new head coach of Sulphur High School. Been at Welsh High School the last 4 years, did an incredible job. Went to Welsh, was in our magazine as an O-lineman at Welsh. We're going to talk about his players when we come back. We're going to have highlight tapes and talk about some of the kids coming up. There's a lot of kids coming up at Sulphur High School. We'll be right back.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen, your host. I want to tell everybody this is DiGiulio's Italian Restaurant, the DiGiulio Italian Brothers Restaurant on Perkins Road, which is a mile from Acadian. If you're in town from Sulphur and you visit LSU or just in Baton Rouge, they also have brunch on Sunday from 10:30 to 2. Great brunch. They have the regular menu as well, but during the week, homemade, like Mason's starting to smell the food. Coach will start smelling it, but homemade Italian food. My favorite garlic bread in Baton Rouge, my favorite meatballs. Meatballs are like 10 pounds a piece. I mean, that's a meal. Just get a meatball and some red sauce. Homemade pizzas, chicken parmesan. I'm getting hungry, Coach.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
You
getting
make me
hungry.
want to be back O-lineman weight right now.
If y'all got an hour after we're done, I can feed you guys here. But I want to brag about Sulphur. I did some research. 3 former NFL players from Sulphur. Rich Ellinger, 1979, Houston Oilers. Mike Walker, New Orleans Saints, 1971, defensive end. Paul Hines, 1961-62, Dallas and New York. I think this is an AFL team. They put New York T. It's probably an AFL team, a DB. A lot of baseball players that come out. JT Sargis, MLB guy from Sulphur. Casey Daigle, MLB guy from Sulphur. Pat Rapp, John Thompson, and professional basketball, Martin Zeno. A lot of guys went on to do great things, Coach, from Sulphur.
Absolutely, the tradition's there in every single sport. So it's great to instill that, and show the kids that you have a chance to make it no matter where you're from.
Now, if you're in I don't watch these shows, The Young and the Restless. Don't watch it.
You look like a Young and the Restless guy.
I don't watch it. Janice,
Days of Our Lives?
Days of Our Lives. Don't watch them. Janice Lindy, graduate of Sulphur High School. The original cast member, CBS, Soap, Then Another World, ABC's One Life to Live.
I don't know about any of these shows.
Anybody that's fans of it, Sulphur High School graduate. My mom would know that.
Yeah.
Probably your mom.
My mom would know too.
Probably Mason.
She was a Days of Our Lives type of woman though.
Well, back in the 80s, I think that's all they watched.
I just remember being scared as a kid when Marlena from Days of Our Lives got possessed by the devil. That's about all I remember.
I don't know any of that either. That's
yeah.
over my head, Coach.
Yeah.
School schedule tough. 5A's tough. You had tough schedules at Welsh. How do you prepare the mindset of making schedules out non-district? What's your philosophy non-district?
Well, I've inherited this schedule because of
First one coming.
Right. So basically, we just take it one game at a time. Honestly, people that say that sometimes don't always preach it, but we really do.
Yeah.
We're not looking ahead to
Yeah.
week 7, 8, 9, 10. But in order to be elite and win state championships, you have to test yourself amongst good teams. And in 5A, they're all going to be great teams. It's all going to be formidable opponents that are going to match up well with you. And we're going to take it one game at a time. And the district is tough. We know that. Great tradition, great history there, great rivalries. So we just want to take it 1 week at a time. Week 1, ready to go with Washington Marion. And then we'll worry about week 2 after that.
And look, Washington Marion might be the easier game, and they got tons of talent.
Yeah, they do. Got
Tons
a lot
of
of
talent.
speed.
The Indians.
Yep,
and then you look at Como, and you look at Lafayette High, you look at Barb, you look at Karen Crow. I mean, it's not easy.
No, we play this team week 8, I believe, named Destrehan. So we'll travel there, and that'll be a great
state
test.
championship.
Absolutely. So
Katie Anna might be on the schedule at some point.
yeah, they are. So we, like I said, one game at a time. We're just worried about Washington Marion right now, and even before that, we just have to implement the culture of what I want to instill and what I want to do. The kids don't even really know yet as far as what we're going to do and how we're going to do things. So that spring is big for us. So we're cheering on the baseball team. We hope they make it really far. But those baseball guys will have to come in later on and kind of understand what we're doing. But we just got to implement things at practice first.
Coach, let me ask you this. A lot of coaches that watch the show, a lot of them retired and current coaches. Every coach has a position he's always loved the most. Some coaches are quarterback coaches, some head coaches, some are lineman coaches, some are D coordinator, more lean D-line, defense, more offense. Where does your pedigree, where does your main love as a coach?
I just love the trenches in general because that's where the game's won, in my opinion. I used to coach the offensive line formerly. I called offense before as well. The defensive side, though, is very important because you have to be able to tackle in space really well when the playoffs come. That, to me, is the difference in the overall void from the first round of the playoffs to the fourth, fifth round is that tackle in space. You know, that 5-yard run in the first round is a touchdown, 70-yard run. Yeah. But in the fourth, fifth round, even in the third round for the most part, that 5-yard run, you're getting tackled right there. You're not busting through that.
You better have very good hybrid linebackers in high school.
Absolutely.
When I say hybrid, you don't have 6'2" linebackers mostly in high school, 220.
Right.
5'9", 5'10", 190, 180. If you get a 6-foot guy, 220, that's good. But that edge, man, in 5A is incredible. Coach, want to go to highlights. The first guy we have for you is a name that people will remember at LSU, David LaFleur, first-round pick of the Dallas Cowboys. His son, John David LaFleur, want to go ahead and show his highlights. 6'6", 6'7", 250, 260, 270. I don't know what he's going to be this year for you, but a talented young man, a 225 guy. What do you think of John David?
He came in, when I came in, basically I talked to him about, look, you have the name, you have the pedigree, you have to be a guy that implements the standard of what we want to be, being tours, being tough, like I said before, and whatnot, taking ownership in the program. So after that, he's been one of the first guys in the weight room every single day, one of the first guys outside, and those things are a big deal. He's got to understand that, and he's got to buy into that, which he has greatly. So by us implementing that and him knowing that and him falling in line, now everybody else will as well. So he's been great with it. He's got great hands, got soft hands. He's physical in the run game for the most part, and he can spread us out, and we're able to do some things with him.
His daddy was 6'7", 280 when he maxed out at the Cowboys, but the son is still growing, still putting weight on.
He is, and he lost some weight in in Thanksgiving time during the break or Christmas break as well. So he's finally getting back in the weight room as far as speed and whatnot too. So he'll be a great player for us.
Exciting to see what he's going to become in
Absolutely.
2 more years.
Absolutely.
Been playing as a freshman. Another one, Austin Babez is a receiver tight end hybrid guy for you. Number 83, we're going to show his highlights. He's a 24 kid.
He's on our leadership committee, so that's a big deal for us. He's been a big guy in regards to recruiting as well. He's had a lot of kids come to me and that he talked to try to come out and play football and whatnot. That's a big deal because he's now implementing the culture that we want and the standard that we're setting. So he's done a great job for us. He's been in the box a little more. We're going to spread him out wide and keep him out wide as much as possible. But he makes contested catches really well, and he's got a lot of speed and quickness also.
See how much weight you can get on him to give him a little more tight end blocking skills.
No, we're gonna keep that to LaFleur. We're going to keep him outside only.
Austin's got the height. The next kid, Carson, how you pronounce his last name?
Covan.
Was trying to say Chauvin, but it's Covan. Linebacker.
He is. He put some weight on. He got injured at the end of the last season and whatnot. So he's put a little bit of weight on, so we're going to take that off. But he's playing baseball right now, throwing about almost 90 on the bump, they said. So he could.
Not bad.
No, not at all. So he's a great player as well. He jumped off film that I was watching previously this past year of the season when they were playing ball, just coming up, making tackles in space and whatnot. So we're going to use him as much as we can to our advantage.
Kudos for playing football still. There
That's
you go.
right. That's right.
The last guy we're going to show highlights of is Elijah Coleman, DB.
Elijah is a coach's kid, so our basketball coach, that's his son, Coach Adam Coleman. So he's done a great job in regards to dealing with adversity. He had shoulder surgery recently, and you could tell he was understanding, hey, it's going to be a long road recovery-wise, but he'll be back in August, and he'll be ready to go for us.
Knows the game.
He does. He understands the game, and he understands his body and kinesthetic awareness, so his body in space.
I want to mention some other kids. We don't have highlights on them, but other kids. Grayson Stelly, great guy in the program, receiver DB. Addison Constance, quarterback for Coach Jace.
Also plays basketball.
Jace Kaiser, DB. Logan Phipps, OD line. We've got a lot of linemen. Noah Mouton, O-line. Clay Perkins, O-line. I know Coach Mason's glad we're mentioning these guys. Gunner Farmer, O-line. Drake German, quarterback receiver for you. I just want to get their names out there and mention them. J. Michael Stelly, linebackers, played a little bit. Taji Smith, linebacker. Brody DePriest, receiver. Ian Malone, receiver DB. Slade Shove Knox, DB. Ias Liberian, DB. And Ryden Martin, linebacker. And one more linebacker, William Gunner, linebacker. Good to have linebackers.
Absolutely. When I first got there, I'd ask every kid, hey, what position you played, just to fill them out and whatnot. And almost every single kid said they played linebacker. So it's kind of funny that I guess we have a multitude of those guys. But 80 to 90% of those guys on that paper play other sports, which is a big deal to me. If you're going to compete in life every single day, you need to be competing in sports also, and they understand that and they do that, and that's a great testament to the other coaches as well, Coach Coleman and all those guys that coach other sports, that they want them to play multiple sports.
Let's give Welsh some love too, and I'm going to let you say the name. And you coached him, and you were part of him being at Welsh, but now he's a stud at ULL football.
Oh, Pierce Meagle.
Unbelievable tight end fullback.
He's one of the great. He's why I coach. That's the greatest compliment I can ever tell somebody. I still talk to him to this day. I love that kid, and everything that he does in life is because of his own will and according to his own testament. He's wonderful, and I wish him nothing but the best, and he's going to be successful in whatever he does.
When Welsh was in the Superdome, remember his junior year, he was incredible, and he was incredible all year. But I remember watching him. Can run for a guy, now he's about 230, 240?
He's about 230. If you told him he'd be 240, you heard his feelings a
I
little
heard his feelings, his physique.
Great kid. I was actually his confirmation sponsor, and we had a conversation before one game. I'll never forget walking out to the field, and he said, "Coach, I just want to play college football one day." And I'll never forget that. And I told him, buddy, you're going to do anything you want in life, and playing college football is one of them.
I think he's going to get an NFL shot.
He's going to have a tryout and whatnot. He talked about all that and going to the pro day and whatnot. So he'll land somewhere, hopefully.
Not bad for a kid that walked on, basically.
Not bad for a kid that dealt with a lot of adversity in life as well. Never used that in a negative way. He used it to his advantage.
Coach, any final thoughts? Anybody that you want to give a kudos out to or a shout out to that got you into coaching and had a big impact on your life?
My parents have been nothing but amazing. My dad's my best friend. He told me to do what I love, and he's the reason why I'm here. But also these coaches, the Sulphur coaches, the staff that's there right now has been nothing but helpful. They've been nothing but phenomenal in regards to what I'm trying to do there, and that's implementing the best facilities, the best ideas, the best ways to do things, because Sulphur should be the standard in Southwest Louisiana, and it will be.
I want to go suit up for this guy right now, man. I know Mason's ready to go. He's sitting here watching.
Jimmy Anderson might flag you, though, for eligibility, so I'd rather not.
Yeah, no, I'm way past that. But no, I mean, you bring energy, and that's key. I mean, you got to have energy in today's game, high school kids. And
kids have to be excited to play the game.
Yeah.
They really do. So it has to be fun. So we're going to have a touchdown thrown. It's royalty to score the ball. The offense is the gold standard. So you treat the ball like royalty as well. So when they score, they're going to sit on the throne. O-lineman makes a great block. He's going to sit on the throne. It's an $800 chair we bought. We got a turnover chain. Yep, absolutely. We got to do things that are fun. Kids have to see and be excited to play the game.
Cody Gueringer, new coach, Sulphur High School. Not a new coach, but new head coach at Sulphur High School. Good luck to you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you being on. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. We might not have a show next week because it's Mardi Gras. I'm not going to be at Mardi Gras, but we got to get guests. So I think everybody's going to be at Mardi Gras, but we may or may not have shows. If we don't see you next week, we'll see you the following week.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Burkeen.